like the definitive version of Viva. It's like once this is out, the original game, it's like kind of everything it is and more.
Yeah, obviously Banjo is not at that stage, nowhere near. It's still, the new Banjo is in its infancy.
So for like Banjo Kazooie 3, was that the idea of like making your own vehicles and that central game mechanic? Did that evolve from coming up with new things to do with Banjo, or was that a separate idea that then, hey, this works for Banjo?
It came from a separate idea. We wanted to take a different approach to platform games, and we kind of looked at how traditional games had been approached, that the designers create the abilities, we give them to the player, and the player can only use the abilities as we've defined.
Right.
Whereas we thought, can we approach that from a different direction, whereas the players actually get to define their own abilities, so they can choose how they want to complete whatever task they've been set. And then suddenly we had this concept sitting here, this kind of idea of approaching platform games from a different direction, and then we kind of brought the two together, and the result is the new Banjo game. It came from a very simple idea of wanting to combine pieces with different abilities, but the beauty of the concept was the player could combine those pieces in any order they wanted to, and then at the end of it, whatever they created, you put into the game, and it would just work. But the player wouldn't need to kind of calculate very complicated processes. The software would do that, and no matter what you built, the size, the weight, the shape, you'd be able to put it in the game and it would just work. But until Xbox 360, we've never had a piece of hardware that's been capable of doing that. So that's where the idea of its infancy came from.
I think Rare fans would acknowledge this, that there's some sort of creative spark that's Rare had, and I'm curious, like what that kind of like creative spark on the development side you think is, like what separates you guys from everyone else?
It's kind of difficult to say. I mean, I'm only familiar with how Rare works, and to me, that is normal. There is no fear of trying something different, even if we fail. I think that is probably part of it, not afraid to take a risk.
So I guess along those lines, how much do you stick with something before you like abandon it? Yeah, I mean, has stuff gone pretty far down the line and then not made it, or?
I was actually working on the game for 18 months before we decided this isn't working out, rather than probably taking the easier option of finishing it and just getting it out there. I thought, no, we want to do something that is going to be remembered, or is different, or is that we're going to be proud of, rather than just finishing something for finishing's sake. And it had a bear in it called Banjo, and we just basically thought, we can do something with this character. So we basically took the character out of the game we were developing and put it into the game that everyone knows as Banjo Kazooie. So the 18 months wasn't a complete waste of time. We did get some bits and pieces from it.